screaming to himself and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps
My
he
bucket.
didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Marietta thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she
My life kicks
all
ass.
the way to work.
Backflipped all the way to work.
Right.
Dude, I don't know why, but my fucking stream cut out again.
I figured because I couldn't talk with you due to wireless connection.
I'm just glad that I caught it a lot sooner than last time. Also, I don't know why it's cutting in and out like that so often recently. All right, roll call. Who's watching my stream right now?
I'm watching SharePlay.
Not you. Well, yeah, that's good to know, but still.
Yeah, that's good to know, but still.
What do you mean I'm not good enough?
I'm talking about the actual stargazers in my Twitch chat.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great. He thought
I don't
to
even know
himself.
how much of that
This is what
ending
I
was
wanted all
caught.
along. I got what I wanted. Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
Very lucky.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
You gotta get the good and bad ending now for the official canon endings now with the bucket.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's
well,
warmth and comfort now
new
more than
canon
ever.
event endings.
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find out. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Or actually go to the bathroom first. The boss's bathroom.
I guess I do gotta fill my bucket up with water. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course.
Put that in the garbage.
So say that's a lovely purse. You've been struck by a money theft.
Money thief.
I just wasn't sure if I'd get called out.
Look,
if that's the
my
actual thing.
chair. My chair.
My
Go
chair.
sit on the couch. Yes. Thank you.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's
It
warmth
said the
and
thing.
guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
You're a button. I'm gonna try and see how much that previous ending
The
was
elevator
caught.
raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
Oh shit!
Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring
Noodles does streaming. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh yeah,
that
thanks.
in this darkest moment
I'm
of
at 30.
uncertainty, he
I
would
need
be
20
right.
more.
The
I can
bucket
do
is
it.
with you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Wait. Ooh, a button.
Ooh, a button.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
The bucket said nothing.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm
Okay.
going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
I could be here all day, narrator. But for the sake of this, I am going to move on. Ooh, a button.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Oh, repeatedly.
A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again?
I think I have to.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Why won't you speak to me, bucket? Is it because I'm that cringe? Huh?
Yes.
Hey, Kingba46, thank you so much for the follow. Looks at over at Kingba in the party.
I did nothing, he says.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears.
Nah, I'm an 8
The whole
person now.
time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind.
8.
Anything to let him know
8.
that the bucket appreciated what he was
8.
doing.
8.
The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
Why don't you just get a bucket?
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, must there be?
My love for the number 3.
This can do so many things. Like, if... Oh, guess it's time to move on.
Psych.
It's always that slow look back.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work. For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around
Live
it,
on
developing and
stage,
rehearsing it,
Stan.
until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Whoa, yeah, whoa. Uh, is it just me, or did I just have a flashback of a Minecraft door opening? Like,
Yeah,
that's
I
not me,
heard the
right?
sound.
Hey, you're right, like, I'm not the only one, right?
Don't know if how copyright that sound is.
I'm just gonna ignore it for now. World's first sentient machine. A two-stage. 3. Is this that perspective game?
This was it.
Perspective game?
One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
3. No, it's a lot more fourth wall breaking and lots of twists and turns. Spelling error. Lol.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak.
Damn,
to listen
that's
to
sad.
him talk about what it really means to press
That
the number
really
3 on a
is sad,
keypad over
honestly.
and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would
Heard
never
someone's phone
again
go
take
off.
him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant.
Jesus.
They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a
Hold
silence
conference
that
here.
consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Hey, I hear you coughing out there. Where are you?
This was nothing.
Nah, I heard someone coughing. There's someone out there.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again. It takes a lot of
I
humility
wonder.
to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy? Click a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No.
I have a bucket.
I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks? Now, suppose
I mean,
you were
it was
to click
button
the door
presses.
20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Fine.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
I'm only doing this because there's someone that's watching that hasn't seen it yet.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this trophy to have meant something.
Where's the
It has to
subtitles?
be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some
Subtitles?
hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way no matter the cost. Why don't you put 20 bucket touches into door 417?
He did say something different! Ah! Okay, it was worth it. It was worth it. He said something different. What number? Was it 427?
Oh, now you gotta click multiple
fuck.
doors.
I don't remember. Guys, I don't remember what door.
Oh dear lord.
I gotta click on all of them. Oh god. Oh wait, didn't it say bucket touches? Wait.
Yeah, bucket
Okay,
touches.
great. Now, go touch the bucket
Wow.
on door 437 a few times.
It's not like click the door, you gotta like ram it. 437. Wrong way. Oh. Eh. 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 Hello?
Yes, now we're getting somewhere.
Oh.
How about door 415? Give it some bucket love.
415, getting some bucket love, coming right up.
Now back to door number 437.
Oh, this for a new piece of dialogue.
You know, I think the
Hell
copy
yeah.
machine needs some attention. Why don't you
The copy
rub the
machine.
bucket on it a bit?
All
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Guys, I think we're getting somewhere.
Okay, now bring the bucket on top of employee 419's desk.
You got it.
Yes, this is great. Now the bucket knows exactly what it's like to be employee 419. Now, let's introduce it to door 416.
Right here.
We've almost got it. Now make the bucket and the copy machine touch again.
I don't think I like how you ordered that.
Yeah, I don't think I like that either.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 touches of the bucket on door 430.
1 bucket press, 2 bucket press, 3 bucket press, 4 bucket press,
Yes!
5 bucket
We did it!
presses.
Wow!
Woo!
That felt amazing. You know, not all buckets will get this kind of experience.
That's true. He sounded a lot more ecstatic when the bucket wasn't involved, though.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered
So now
the door
we just
on
gotta
his
go
left.
all the way back.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office
Ooh, the
was
broom
where he-
closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked
Damn.
upstairs to the boss's office.
You said that a little too late.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of
8,
any human life.
4.
Crushed by the weight, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
You know, there's still one more thing I could do before the other two.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Escape?
Mind Control Facility. Though this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Nah.
Well,
The door
Bucket's here to
behind them
protect
was
me.
not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Nah, you're just saying that. Ooh, a very ominous, mysterious red light. Haha.
the end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
It's never the loading. Uh-oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how
We'll be
meaningless the
fine.
bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be.
I don't
To
know
be
about
sure,
that.
it puts the mind and the soul at
Can you
ease
jump?
to embrace the bucket. But what
No.
use is a sense
Jumping
of
is
ease
disabled.
when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
That's
we'll be
very
fine.
flat. Protect me,
We'll be
bucket!
Hey,
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
And the bucket's not life, not my life. Whoa. I like how she prioritized the bucket's life and not mine.
You'll see why.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
My bucket!
The bucket.
The bucket welcomes you to the Grand Exhibit. You're standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within a cavernous void, but through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Bless you. Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness?
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket
bucket.
like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Alright, calm down.
Bucket chose me.
Yeah, I'm the bucket's
chose
owner.
me.
I'm the chosen one. A photograph of 25 buckets. That does not look like 25 buckets.
No, it does not.
That does not. Ever captured on camera, the photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to this many buckets at once. Ooh, a bucket. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains, no one can control a bucket. What's that noise?
The buckets. They know
ahead.
you're there.
A bucket with two handles. This bucket is depicted as having two handles. Such a design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Oh. Oh. The stress bucket, presented without commentary. Okay. Worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking, lack of reassurance. Vulnerability equals size and strength of the bucket. Coping strategies equals holes. Stress equals the level of water in the bucket. Rest and relaxation, doing something you enjoy. Rest and relaxation. Give me a chair. The fuck? What the fuck?
Caveman painting with bucket?
Yeah, cave drawing. While we know that the bucket predates the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. I got yawn. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. Look at that bozo, all the way.
Yeah.
Even the deer, or the animals.
Yeah.
Chair.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes a necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is of our own good. Man, I'd really like it if I could stop yawning. Bucket! Oh, hey. I really thought I was gonna fall.
But there is something we can do. Something
yeah?
we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together.
Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to get over the bucket.
That's so funny. Because last time without the bucket, it's telling you to turn off your console. Phone call?
Explosive rubberized.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace.
I'm not doing anything without my bucket.
Yet delicate, assertive, yet compassionate.
Hey Stanley, it's me. Just calling to let you know that you left your bucket at home. Silly. It's okay. I'm off to pick up groceries soon, so I could swing by your work and drop the bucket off at... Oh, wait a minute. This isn't your bucket. Wait, whose bucket is this?
Yeah.
Well, if it doesn't belong to anyone else, I guess I could just, keep it.
You should.
Yeah, I'd really like to hang out with this bucket for a while.
You should.
Oh, sorry, what was I saying? Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know.
have a nice day at work. I'll be here at home with my bucket. Bye, Stanley.
Bye,
Oh,
girlfriend,
dear Lord.
or wife, or sister, or
Thing.
whoever you may be. I clearly have my bucket here with me, though. Trying to think of what else.
Stanley
I can
clutched
do
the
with
bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
A quick
Stanley,
pit
we
stop.
must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Fine, but only because you don't have any more stickers.
Go back in.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even
Come
now,
on.
in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and
Come on.
chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And
There we
he
go.
knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that. I'm too enamored with my bucket. And walking on these couches and chairs.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
I'm not twiddling my
Trying to
thumbs.
input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
How could I twiddle my thumbs if I'm carrying this bucket around, huh? Explain that, narrator.
2845.
Yeah, 2845.
Ah, nice and comfy. I wonder what the boss's chair feels like.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly...
What do you mean there's an invisible wall there?
Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Oh.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
My mind ain't
He
feeble.
screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
Bucket,
Stanley
what have you done?
gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly birds.
Silly birds,
The
hey!
control buttons became active again.
Whoa.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all.
Penguins.
It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world.
Silly
The
bird.
mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions.
But why?
Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery.
Look at his big ass
Stanley and
nose.
the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place,
Damn,
living
actually,
through
looks kinda
live
cool, though.
streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Owls. No, I wanted to keep flipping. This is fucking bullshit. Shit.
Stanley's bucket, the only co-worker he would ever truly... Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
I know you have another sticker hidden somewhere. Give it. Give it to me. Give it to me now. Ah, fine.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Fire.
Crushed, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Most logical explanation, sure. Sure. Yep.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
This place is so big.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Shh, it's gonna be okay, bucket. Everything's
Was
gonna
the
be
bucket
okay.
under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
You're the only one I
But
trust,
here
bucket.
was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Yeah.
For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
I think I've
Two
pretty much
best friends,
gotten
Stanley and the
everything.
bucket, up against the world.
No,
They
you still got like
high-fived in a really cool
possibly
way.
2 more
And the
endings to
bucket
get.
made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
The system is going down like a bucket going downstairs.
That sounded so bad.
I know.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door.
Oh my
The bucket
god.
wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
What?
True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but
No,
it was one
that
they'd
sounded
lived together,
simple.
with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Nothing about that was simple.
Better
What?
stop.
Wait, what was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No, bucket,
Even
save
the
yourself!
city itself
Yeah.
recognized
I throw the
incredible
bucket over
calming
the wall.
presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms, not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room, but at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley got it. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
I feel like I could have just backtracked the way it came and just, you know.
Yeah.
Alright, how do I get those
Okay.
other remaining endings real quick? Because I don't remember how to get them.
You need
Or
to
I
go
have
to
no
the
clue.
boss's office and act like you're gonna enter it, but then you gotta quickly exit the boss's office, like trick the door into closing.
Okay, okay.
And
All
then
of
you
his
gotta do it with
co-workers
the
were
bucket.
gone. What could it mean?
It's
Stanley decided to go
reversed.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I hate this so much.
Is Stanley...
Why did I pick that up? It's just so instinctual to pick it up. Oh my
wait to tell
god.
the story to my
It calls to you,
co-workers, Stanley
Green.
thought. How
It calls
amusing,
to
no
me.
Just
wonder.
as bad
I
as
just
Stanley.
picked, dude, I picked it up without a second thought.
Don't touch it. Don't even look at it. Keep going.
I literally picked it up
When
without a
Stanley
second
came to a
thought.
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You know, act like you're gonna go in and then... Again? Yeah, do it again.
Stepping in...
Alright, now go back, down. Now go back to your office.
Or just straight up to the office.
Yeah, all the doors are open. Who would have ever found that?
Eh.
It makes me wonder if you can do that with other doors now.
Hmm.
Oh.
The void.
Whoa, don't close it.
You fucking idiot.
You are now leaving.
now leaving.
432. 754. Escape pod bay. Floor 760. Oh god. That is such a long ways up.
Just keep going. You can do it.
Why is the narrator so quiet?
Because you left him in the office. You left him in the boss's office. Literally, he's stuck in there now. He can't leave.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
You basically ditched him. You're basically ditching him and going against the story now.
That's what I've been
You're
doing.
leaving without him. Oh, you're legitimately leaving him behind.
Oh, that's great.
You only need to climb 700 stories.
One more floor. I'm almost there, guys. Man, am I glad that I don't skip leg day. Woo. Escape. I thought I saw more
Going.
stairs. What?
Just keep going. Turn around.
Oh, there's a door.
That's not a door. That's the escape pod ending. Now you do all that with the bucket.
I was gonna say that was eerily quiet.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
But actually, if you restart the game, like I completely quit, and then like after you get that last ending, or do, because there should be some stuff in the boss's bathroom too, like I believe.
Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No. No, surely not.
I'm nothing without my bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
All the windows are making funny
Still
noises
no one
now.
was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
Oh, I think I
Perhaps his
seriously
boss's office
upset
was
the
where
game.
coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh, that
Yeah, it
sounds
hasn't
nice.
activated yet.
What do you mean activate? Alright, fine.
There's supposed to be stuff on the mirror, like pictures and stuff.
Stepping into his manager's office,
fucking
Stanley was
fool.
once
Restart.
again...
Damn, the timing is
fucked it
very... The timing is so precise.
That's why you look forward, go forward, back up. You don't fucking turn and
As
fucking
Stanley
around with
lifted
it.
his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere.
Ah.
This adventure, he decided, was for all. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered
Speedrun
the
this, let's
door
go,
on
let's
his
go,
left.
let's go, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, at least
Still
the
no
windows
one
are
was
friendly
here.
again.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I feel like there should be an ending where you just throw the bucket out the window or something.
Mm.
Oh, that's different.
You haven't gotten like. They're also supposed to quote unquote quit the game and then restart it, and there's supposed to be an extra setting in the menu.
Stepping in...
There we go.
Too easy. Almost there. I'll do everyone a favor and turn off the computers before I blast off into space. Crazy that they're still calling.
Hey Stanley, it's me. Just calling to let you know that you left your bucket at home. Silly. It's okay. I'm off to pick up groceries soon, so I could swing by.
You are now leaving. Please just let me take the elevator. 5 floors is a lot, even though you don't
Just
think it
go.
is. Ugh.
Fucking lazy bastard.
Ugh.
You lazy fucker.
It'd be so much
Lazy
faster just to
fucker.
take the elevator.
You shush. You're cutting out. I think your stream might crash here.
I blame you and your internet. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
fuck you.
I really hope my audio isn't cutting out in the stream.
It's getting a
That'd
little
be bad.
choppy. Yeah.
Well, that just might be you, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, why the fuck is it doing that shit? One more floor, you can do it.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna throw up. So many stairs. Darkness, can't see. I see light.
Now watch.
There's an actual cutscene this time. There's an actual cutscene this time. Shh. Wiping away the tear.
It's alright.
Save yourself, Bucket. Never forget me. I'll always remember you. Why wasn't there a cutscene for me? Like,
you.
what?
Alright, now, what you're gonna want to do is pause the game,
All of his co-workers.
quit the menu,
Oh. Epilogue.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. This is what you get for getting all the endings, huh?
Basically,
No,
yeah.
this is just for the bucket, isn't it?
Many years later. No. Look around. Keep going. Keep walking.
This is just like that one
It's gonna
ending.
change here. It'll change on you, so just be aware. Just be aware, it'll change on you
Okay.
suddenly. Just keep walking forward.
That's so cool! Oh, this is so cool. Oh, no, why
Stay
would I
by the
leave the fire? Yeah.
Oh, you leave the
Sticks.
fuck.
Yeah, just like start walking off into the fucking darkness.
And then just fucking freeze to death. You have a fire for a reason, dumbass.
Holy shit.
The office chairs everywhere.
Yeah, it's fucking windy!
It's dusty and windy and dusty and windy. Okay.
Didn't stop and make a fire this time, I see.
No.
I'm walking into the sunset.
Okay, now
Oh!
turn to the right.
But the memory place.
Go to the little thing.
The escape pod. It's the bucket. Oh. Oh. Bucket, where are you? Bucket! 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 Oh my
See what I
god.
mean? It won't really
Save.
change anything, though,
Yeah.
but yeah. It won't really change anything, though, but yeah. Unfortunately.
I like to think that this ending is connected to that other ending.
Yeah. Yeah, the insanity ending or whatever.
Yeah.
The ending. The Stanley Parable 2.
In memory. Stanley Parable 2.
Everything's gotten taken over by the sands of time.
So I wonder if there's another ending if you don't pick up the bucket.
No, it won't really change anything.
Really?
No. The bucket's just there just for comedic, just for effect.
Fuck is this? At Cookie Nine's blog. Oh god, not Cookie 9. Review the Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with the originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fanbase. Rather than expanding on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. They had a fucking bucket where all the jokes revolved around, and it was fucking amazing. But in a bad way. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines just gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting. A welcome reprieve from... What's this? Cat Dog Born. Holy shit, they finally did it.
Holy shit, the cartoon became real.
Wait, what's the other stuff? Review, same parent. Sorry, I haven't been blogging too much. Cat Dog was such a wild cartoon. It really was. Like, the older cartoons were fucking insane. It's
Especially
like...
on, like, Boomerang and Cartoon Network, it was like, they were, like, completely, like, they were good.
It was like
Colin
constant
like,
fever dreams.
Like, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Cat Dog, and then Cow and Chicken, Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo.
It was like some of those were normal though. It was like, but some of the others were like a fucking fever dream the entire time.
Yeah, they were like drug trips.
It's fucking insane. Archives 2027. September 2027, April, March, January.
There was a big gap.
Johnny Bravo Scooby-Doo crossover episode will live rent-free in my brain until I die.
Yeah, it's true. They actually got pretty damn close to actually, they actually kind of expanded upon that. They actually, made, Johnny and, Velma actually became a thing. Temporarily. In another crossover episode, a little tidbit for Boomerang, where, she actually got pretty close to getting with Dexter, but then she got swept off her feet by Johnny.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, continue on with the
I just want to make it be known that I think they might be working on something, and they will release it in 2027. I don't know, it's just kind of odd that they put 2027 there. Because, like, there's all that. It's like the entire year of 2013 and 2012. And then those select months in 2027. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Keep going. Buttons on the ground.
It's the fucking gym buttons. Oh my god, this is so fucking satisfying. Okay, I gotta stop, otherwise the next half hour is just gonna be me doing that. Stanley Parable developers, no more spin-offs, no more sequels. When the Stanley Parable launched to massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise. But a disastrous critical and commercial reception to Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is just now what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been further from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. Lowest review scores in video games history. Second. Get on the green! This can't be true, can it? Did people actually dislike Stanley Parable 2?
think it's the idea of it.
One more time.
Now there's other ones that are further down. Keep going. They're literally the lights in the cave. Keep moving. Jim, stop it. Get some help.
Oh, he has just like followed the thing.
Yeah, go in the corner.
Ah, God, is why I keep pressing them.
The corner. No.
What do you mean?
Go back.
Okay, fine.
Go to the... I thought there was something. I kind of forgot. Oh.
The fuck is that? Can't.
It's a picture.
Oh. Of what?
It's a photo. Probably the developers of the game.
I know it's an Easter egg, but I just don't personally know it. Huh. Jim.
Or collect.
It's all the figurines. The figurines.
Collect them all. Collect them all.
It's still... Oh my god, is this really it? The ending of Stanley?
Go.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
Sit at the computer.
It's you! Hello again. Hi. It's nice to see you. Yeah, it's nice to see you too. Wasn't really expecting to meet you here, but still. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Honestly, it does. Allegedly. I don't know, I still feel like they're cooking something up and they're planning to release something in 2027. But still. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Yeah! Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and bag. Yeah! And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Huh?
Really, let go of the past.
Together,
Kill
we are
it
going
if
to
you
make
have
the
to.
Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we have to do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game.
The end is never the choice.
The end is never the... Oh. The end is never the choice. Damn! That is a strong-ass title if I've ever seen one.
Confirm.
The Stanley Parable 3, the end is never the choice. It's absurd. I love it. Every time we restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle.
Yeah.
That way the Stanley Parable will never end! Nothing in the game itself will change when you do this, either. Aww. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. Okay. Yeah, it'll just be the same content recycled again and again and again, with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I mean, yeah, sure, man. I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. Let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you've put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken trophy, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. Oh? It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there. The trophy machine is all fixed. You see? I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable
Now,
cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself. Forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Okay, it's about... Uh-huh. Please adjust slider until the computer is barely visible. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. Oh my fucking god, this is amazing.
It'll continuously add numbers, and you can add subtitles to it every time you boot up the game now. And it'll do goofy shit like this.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Now, if you go back to the bonus content,
How do I do that?
you need to go to the the new content. The new content door.
Yeah, and where
All
is
of
that?
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Keep
room.
going.
Perhaps he had simply
Keep
missed a
going.
memo.
There.
Oh, that wasn't there before. Ah, dude. I'm like happy that I got everything, but at the same time I'm like sad that it's like coming to an end.
That's how I
Like,
felt, too,
god
when I did it.
damn.
Like, what? I wanted more.
Like, holy fuck.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
It's like I'm reliving the game.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Oh, the
I
computers.
figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting
Yeah, it don't
concepts,
matter.
that surely the
Keep
game
going.
will sort of naturally spring up around them.
That's weird.
It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really. Here we are. Go
Here it
on.
is.
Try out some of the new features.
I should get the bucket first thing.
Yeah.
I might get new dialogue for the other choices.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it.
Give me the bucket.
I'm happy to say that after much
the
consideration,
bucket.
I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
I'm shivering
It's
with
the
excitement.
Stanley
Give me the
Parable
bucket.
Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
I'm shivering.
While you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable
It's
will
here.
feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a
Give
pain
me
in the
the
ass that
fucking
would
bucket.
be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect
Pounds on the
solution.
glass. Give me it. Give me it.
Yes!
Can you feel it? The glow
feel
of
it, all
comfort,
right.
even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Yes.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Open the door, thank you.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Here, I want to see
Look
something.
at the sign.
Sign.
The sign for the trophy.
Free, new and easy trophy. Oh, 1 second, I want to check something out.
Just is there a way to... Oh.
Ah, I can
How
see you've
did you do
gotten the
that?
Settings World Champion trophy. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting. Something called Bumpscosity.
The fuck is that?
Is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider and that it'll be accessible from the settings menu.
Or is it? Wait, I saw it.
I'll say you saw it, yeah.
We'll sort out the rest of the details later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
You are the champion of setting all the sliders to all the possible numbers. Please enjoy this room. This is your room. It was made just for you. They will never set the setting sliders for every possible setting. That's very dry. What that was, but still.
What are you doing?
I feel a compulsive need to continuously adjust that.
Just stop it. Don't get the other free trophy. Oh my god, for fuck's sake. Just go. Go.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Okay. You mean this lever? Test trophy, please ignore. I got it.
As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the trophy? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure. Composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine
wrong
is
lever.
working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
He is really
Yeah,
unsettled
most
by
of
this.
You should have most of the trophies by now.
Yeah, I think the only
game.
trophies I'm missing are... Hang on, let me look. Let me look. I'm looking. Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes 22 seconds, not including load times. And then that's it. I don't know how the fuck
And I
I'm gonna
think
play
you
this for an entire Tuesday.
you actually have to. You actively also have to not play the game for like 10
What
years, I
else?
think.
What
Oh, I
other
already got
exhibits
that.
haven't we seen yet?
Uh,
What?
nice.
I was gonna say, you think I'm gonna actually wait 10 fucking years for that? Nah, I'm going into my goddamn console settings, right? And I'm changing the date to 2040, alright?
Hmm.
I'm not waiting for that.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's
Like,
never
I'm
been
gonna,
done
like,
before in a
forget
video
about
game.
it in 10
This
years.
is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite fall.
Whee!
You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for... You see? Isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now. Did you really need to see it again? I don't
Yes.
know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating
I told you,
exhibits that I prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this, and I
compulsive
would
need.
very much like to show you some
Ah.
more.
Impulsive need.
How about we go
Yeah, it's
ahead
an impulsive
and press
need.
that teleport button again so we can get back to what's really important about... Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley. I'll be honest with
Meeting
you.
at
I truly
7
did not
p.m.
believe that anyone would actually stay in the hole long enough to hit the bottom.
PM.
Yes, I know.
2
I
p.m.,
told you
yes.
the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to fall forever? The hole
I
was
do.
plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're the problem.
I'm not the problem, you're the problem.
Things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the
Fine.
teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
I love holes.
A normal person
I like
would have said,
holes.
"Yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the
you?
end of time. Don't need to see it all, but
Just
not
like how
you.
I like
Oh,
trains.
No. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite.
Imagine trying
Well,
to
I
climb
suppose
back
once
out.
again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit
Yeah.
the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length.
New mug.
Here,
Who
let's try
dis?
something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my life. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes,
I like
but at
holes.
this depth, I just can't see this scratching the
Holes.
itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working?
No.
You sure?
No.
Well, I mean,
I'm sure. Like,
I really
listen.
don't have an explanation. It was working. Still nothing? Well,
Nope.
I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this.
Yeah, just
I'm out.
give me a hint.
Goodbye,
What?
Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
Narrator, I know I did
Take
this like
care,
4 days
Stanley.
ago, but like
I
still,
hope you and the hole
you still can't
have
do
a
this.
wonderful rest of eternity together.
My ankles don't work, and you know that. It's not fair. God damn it. Not my ankles. I mean my fucking knees. Damn it. God damn it, Stanley. Why are you such a fuck up? Can't even pronounce your own knees right. Ankles. Oh, you know my ankles don't work. It's fucking knees, you dumb idiot. It is time to start my descent to the bottom of the earth. Not the center, the bottom. I am a man on a mission. And I will not stop until it is done.
It reminds me of Fallout 4.
Space.
My bucket! I absolutely love this part.
Change your perception, change your perspective. Change your reality. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. Headstand. Flexing. Yes! I love this one. Error.
Error.
No, don't do it, not yet.
Oh, good
No!
Lord. It seems I had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it.
Curse you, narrator!
So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
Yeah,
From
but
the
can you
looks
give
of
me like a
things,
longer time
you
limit
and
this
I will
time?
have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll
You got
be
it.
back. Toodle pip.
Toodle pip. Alright, back to the hole.
Back into the hole.
Come on, descend. Start. Damn!
Thick.
Alright, I think that's it though. The sequel is now paused. I'm pretty sure I've seen everything. But if someone out there that watches this knows of any other secrets or Easter eggs that I may or may not have missed, then leave a comment down below and I'll
Any
do another
other
video.
endings?
Yeah. Like if I missed any endings or Easter eggs or secrets or anything, just leave a comment down below and I'll try and do a video on it. If there's enough content to go over. But other than that, I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. And know it wasn't as long as the other one, but hey, we did it all. We've seen all there is to see, and I can put the Stanley Parable, The End is Never the Choice 3 down.
Just wait until you get to number. I managed to get all the way to number 8.
8?
Yes. No. Actually, no. 12.
Another round of what? What? If you want to see it, you'll just go watch my video. I got everything. The fucking car. Alright. I'm trying to think of if I'm gonna stream anything else tonight. Because I think Keys said he was gonna go play Helldivers 2 with his friend. I think I'll just end it here, yeah. Instead of fucking ending at some ridiculous time. Give myself a chance. Alright. Thanks again, Stargazers. Hope everyone enjoyed. Really sorry about the internet cut off or bullshit earlier, but it happens, I guess. But I hope everyone has a good day / night, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.